You're listening to Almost Famous with Jim Francis Meza, only on LA Talk Radio.
To the races. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having a fantastic week thus far. You've gotten all your shopping done or shoplifting done. Whatever the case may be, you guys should pick up stuff from Amazon. It's a lot easier. You go online and just order stuff online, and then you have random people in crazy cars cruising in and dropping off your boxes. It's fantastic. My wife and I, we tend to do like gift cards. So if you want a gift card, keep watching my show. Congratulations to all the people that watch my show. It's going to be a good 7 months. It's been a good run. I'm very excited, and hope you guys have your wish list so that Santa can come by and not make it happen. I'm joking. I'm truly, truly blessed and breathlessly taken aback because I have a great and wonderful I don't know how to put it to you guys. I mean, the guy doesn't need no introduction. You've seen him in so many things. Assassins AD, West Hollywood Motel, Black Easter, Ambrosio, Maui Kitty's Playday, Bloody Bridget, and Fronteras or Frontiers, con todo el alma, with all your soul. Guys, this guy's an actor. He's a writer. He's a martial artist. Yep. He'll probably kick one ass of everybody's ass right now, for sure, including myself. I don't know. We'll have to see. Cesar. Guys, it is also his birthday, Mr. Cesar de la Torre.
Hey man, thank you so much for the invitation, man. I really appreciate it. You've been friend with me like for a long time. I really appreciate your friendship.
Likewise.
It was great meeting you. And thank you. It's an honor to be in your show.
Cesar, I'm really shocked in a good way to see you there, man. Because it's been a couple times that we've had to switch gears and have you come at a different time. Things have happened beyond our control. But and you booked a few things, so we had to switch things around. But here you are, and I'm super excited. Couldn't be happier. It's your birthday today. How do you celebrate this special day, man? I mean, like, what are you gonna do besides drinking all that eggnog?
Hey man, this for me is special. This interview for me is special. Even that it's in my birthday is so
Yes, sir.
special for me because every time we share something with the public is special. So thank you
Absolutely.
for the invitation. And yeah, and after this I keep celebrating. So I need to
Yes.
celebrate. We need to
25.
celebrate. We need to celebrate life because life is just once. So.
Yes, sir. And as you know, my mom passed away, God rest her soul, about a month and 1 week now. She succumbed to cancer. So my mom's, and Angelica, she's in heaven now. And I love you, Mom. And my sister's birthday, who also passed away, she has a heavenly birthday. So they're both celebrating together in heaven, passed away about 20-something years ago. And her birthday happens to land on the 17th, which was yesterday. And so,
I'm
uh,
sorry to hear that, man. I'm
yeah,
sorry. You know, my birthday, is it was actually, yesterday, but I'm still celebrating because we gotta celebrate life, We are
yes,
life just once,
amen.
and that's it, man. And we have to enjoy our family. We have to enjoy our friends, and that's part of our life, and we gotta try to be happy in life because
Yes, sir.
mostly in this business that we are, because
Yeah.
you know that there are like the up and downs in the business that you can sometimes feel like I don't know depressive or whatever, so you
Feast
have
and
to.
it's a feast or famine, right? It's always, you never know when you're going to be on top, and sometimes you have to start over
Yeah,
at the bottom. And
exactly.
right
So
now, we're going through a crisis in Hollywood. I know a lot of jobs are fleeing the country and going, or the state rather, going to other states. But I'm happy that
mhm.
you're working, and I really watched something the other day. I was watching, my wife and I watch a lot of documentaries, or like we love documentaries, sci-fi documentaries, like documentaries on crime TV kind of documentaries and such.
Mm.
And we watched Final Cut, and guess who was in that? My dear friend Cesar de la Torre. Will you play David Serrano, Dr. David Serrano, who apparently wasn't even a doctor. You know that? He wasn't even a
Yeah,
doctor, but he claimed to be a doctor. And then he was injecting like motor oil into people's faces to like fillers to all these celebrities. I think he got a hold of one celebrity, and then they had parties, right, where he was injecting. And then I believe during the course of the show, it shows that he was only accepting cash.
exactly. Yeah, he
What
was
was
just
that?
accepting cash. He was just accepting cash, and it's so crazy. That role I got it because I think the casting director called me and said, "Hey, you look so similar to him."
You do.
And I said like, okay, yeah, what's the short about? And she told me the story, and it was interesting, to
Yeah.
play a character that is
Right.
Argentinian.
Yeah.
I'm from Venezuela, so.
That's correct.
And it was interesting. Actually, it was different. It was different of all the things that I've been working as an actor, because I started my career in Venezuela, like
That's right.
doing TV
Soap operas.
shows, soap operas. Yeah,
Did
so
you did some modeling too, right? Isn't that right? You did some modeling.
I actually started like as a
Yeah, you started
model.
as a model.
Yeah,
You started very
yeah,
young. You started
yeah.
very young.
I've been in the. To be honest with you, man, I've been in the acting business for. I hit the 20 years, I think,
Wow.
already, man. To be honest with you, yeah. Um, and and the transition for me from coming from Venezuela, being a working actor there, and then land here in Los Angeles. The first year were tough, man. To be honest with you, were like tough years because I didn't know how, I was gonna do, what I'm gonna do, and all that. I was all figuring out, like everything, So
Yeah.
it was tough years, but then I got more prepared. I
Mentally
was realizing
prepared.
what was happening, in the business, and I try to keep the focus on the acting thing, and then things start happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it normally is. But so it's true. Like you just painted the picture of the average person when they come from other like countries into the States, like with the intent to be like, actors. If they're already actors in their country, a lot of times you think, well, they're just going to recognize my face, or I'm just going to start. But the language barrier could get in the way at times, right? When you first
Oh,
start.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah. I mean, when I came here, like almost like 10 years ago, my English wasn't that good, man. I
Mm.
I didn't understand people like when they were talking to me, like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
he saying, like, and I dare to work like that, even if I don't understand. I did background. I went to auditioning. I went to, and I didn't care that I didn't understand English at first,
sure.
so because that was the learning process, that was the learning of the life here as an actor in Los Angeles. That
Yeah,
is not easy either, so. And coming from Venezuela, that I was like a working actor over there, and came here, and the first years of my career in Los Angeles were like nothing, just auditioning and getting nothing. It was hard. It was tough, but you have to get ready, get prepared for what's coming. And even now, I'm still auditioning for new projects, and
yeah.
it never ends. When you're in this business, you always
Oh,
auditioning for new projects. So, which I love,
yeah.
in like doing different roles and all that.
What's your like your favorite genre? Would you say?
I love action. I love
Sure.
action, and I love action, drama. Uh, Actually, right now I'm polishing a screenplay, my own screenplay right now.
Congrats,
That
bro.
a few friends also joined me in this script,
Hmm.
and we had the first draft, and now we are polishing that that script to see what happens. I'm really happy about that script because it has action, it has martial arts, it has drama, and it's about it's kind of about like a real life thing, what's happening in my life, a little bit. I
Sure.
can't talk that much about it,
Hmm.
but
You sign your own
but I
NDA.
love it. I loved it because I'm loving it because I see myself in the role, like it's my life, like martial arts, things that happen in my life with family that causes the drama, things that I've gone through in life that has depressed me, and I put that in the movie. It's almost like a real life thing, but it's not because we change things.
Sure.
It's called the final chance for now, and I did like a small
Demo.
trailer that I put on my Instagram, on my social media, and but it's a great story because it's things that are happening in my life that I wanted to take it to the big screen.
Wow. I'm super stoked
Yes,
and looking forward to your next project for sure, man. This project's going to be great. I mean, I'm sure you chose the right people to join you along the journey and that are aligned with your values and what you hope to accomplish in this project. So I'm looking forward to it, and then you will keep
thank you.
us posted, right? So that way we could
Of
definitely
course,
enjoy it and promote it for sure.
of
I'm
course, man.
interested. I'm interested in knowing what is your birthday like in Venezuela versus the United States. What do you did in Venezuela that was different? The type of food that you eat that's festive. Like, what kind of festivities do you partake in Venezuela for your birthday for this occasion?
Oh man, and in December in general, we Venezuelan people like to eat. I don't know if you heard about hallacas. It's kind of like it's made of flour with meat inside, but we put also like olive, we put raisins, and it tastes really good. So, and that's
Is that
something that
tamales, like
That
tamales, or
Venezuela was
a little
that?
bit like tamales? Kind of like tamales, huh? Sort of, somewhat.
Eat a little bit, but not the same. I
Right.
mean, because we kind of put like more things to it, like
Hmm.
like raisins and olive. It depends the people that make the ayaca, So
Hmm.
it's called ayaca.
A
It's
jacket.
something that Venezuelans eat for Christmas, and
Oh,
also
wow.
we eat arepas, but that's for the whole year. The arepas.
Uh-huh. Wow. And what
Yeah,
kind of drink, what's your favorite kind of drink that you do? Adult beverages.
I love wine. Is wine is something that relaxes me. Depends on the occasion. Depends on
Right.
the occasion. If I'm in a bar, it's probably I can be in the kind of mood of like getting a beer or maybe a gin and tonic.
Hmm.
But it's I'm at home, and I want to relax. I want to maybe focus in something, or maybe you are with your couple, or maybe a wine is good. A red wine like a Cabernet.
You
Yeah,
have good taste, brother. And it's a good thing just to relax and it puts you in a good mood and maybe play some jazz music or what kind of music you like?
yeah.
Yeah, you like jazz?
I mean, I like all kind of music, man.
Hmm.
I am passionate about music. I try to relax and I put some maybe piano. music, that try
Sure.
to relax me, and I can get in the mood of whatever I'm doing. Sometimes I write stuff, or sometimes I just focusing on the computer and different things, and I just put some piano music. It
Love it.
really relaxes me, and yeah.
What is one fun fact that most people don't know about you that you'd like to share with us?
That I love practicing martial arts at the beach.
Wow,
That's
that's
something that
cool.
I really enjoy, and I love nature, man. It's get connected to nature is something that the energy, and I get like the energy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. It's almost like you
yeah,
recharge your batteries, huh? When you go out there, you know,
yeah. I mean, and
somewhere.
in this career, you gotta learn how to surrender sometimes, how to stop pursuing it and just feel the vibration that things are coming to you. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm learning that, because I
Wow.
was I was all the time like,
Chasing it.
chasing it. Yeah, I was all the time chasing it. Oh, nothing happened, this and that. And when you surrender to whatever life is have
They
for
say they
you,
call it like the ebb and flow, huh? The ebb and flow, wherever, and then somehow, if you, like you say, you surrender. I like the way you put that. You surrender yourself, so you're not chasing after this so-called dream or pipe dream, but you allow things to happen, and then all the chips fall right in the right place when they happen. When it comes together and converges beautifully, huh? When it happens, it just
yeah,
happens, and you,
yeah. I mean, if it's
yeah,
for you, it's for you, man. Like, I have that belief. I believe in destiny.
hmm
And if it's for you, if a project is for you, if a role is for you, I didn't even audition for that role that you mentioned before, the Argentinian guy. I just received a call from a casting director to say, "You look, I found you on a casting site or something, and you look pretty similar to this role. Are you interested?" And we talked and said, "Sure, I'll do it." I was not doing not I wasn't doing nothing. When she called me,
yeah.
said, "Yeah, why not?"
Why
I'm
not? Let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
I'm gonna do it.
Let's jump into feet because such a striking resemblance, dude. I mean, I for real, for a split second, I forgot that you were reenacting, and I said, "Oh my god, that's the doctor." And then later, I go, wait a minute." I'm looking at you, and I go, "I know you. You can't be the doctor." I was telling my girl, "It's Cesar. It's a buddy of mine." You played it really well, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you,
Uh,
man. Thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
and the good thing is you didn't get arrested for 18 months, and holy
Oh,
cow, 18 months, and then he got deported back to Argentina. What a
yeah,
wild ride.
yeah. That was crazy.
It
Yeah,
was great.
that was crazy.
Now tell me a little bit
Yeah.
about your experience working with such folks like luminaries like Melanie Griffith. What was that like?
Yeah, actually, that was a few years ago too. I had the opportunity to work with Larry Kenner, that he was the
Wow.
director and the executive producer, and I was playing a baseball player. Like, my role in that show was called Cesar Gomez. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, I was a Latino baseball player. Like, the Venezuelans like to play baseball a lot, so
absolutely.
I became friend with Larry, and he saw me when he saw me say, "Oh, I have a role for you," and that's why it's important to have friends in the business, because you can never know what can happen. So
Yeah.
I mean, most of all my roles that I've gotten, they have been through auditioning. That was the only time that I got a role from a friend, to
Right.
be
Right.
honest with you. But you
Hard work.
never know, you never know in this career where it
It's
can
hard.
take you, and what friends can help you move up, or something.
But it's like you said, you just finished saying something very important. You said that most, if not all of your um, opportunities per se and roles that you've nabbed and booked has been due to hard work, auditioning constantly. and then the right role has come your way because you work hard at it, because you made those choices. They liked it, maybe they like what they saw, and then you locked it in and you got the role. Maybe once or twice you may get a role through a friend in the business, but it's also it's hard work. It doesn't come easy. This kind of
Yeah,
situation is not an easy game that people think. Fame is one thing, but to work in this business is another. It
yeah,
really
for sure, man. Yeah. Also, like doing networking, is kind of like you are doing your job.
right.
You go to an event and you start talking to people that you don't even know. It's it's like sometimes it feels like work. I gotta work. I make people and meet people in the industry that you never know what can happen. So
Yeah,
um, yeah, so even when you network, yeah, I see it sometimes like like work,
networking is great.
it's crazy,
Yeah,
but I mean, if you see it that way, I don't know. I mean, I just try to have fun, when I do networking, but sometimes it feels like it's part of my work, it's part of my job too,
because a lot of what
like
people outside of the business don't understand is a lot of times when they see you on the red carpet, like I've seen you plenty of times with red carpets and whatnot. Many a times you get sent through your PR people and your agents to do exactly that. Meet different peoples, rub elbows with other artists and folks the like, and you're kind of a representative representing your brand and them as well, right? In a sense,
right.
you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So
actually,
it's kind of
yeah,
work. Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes publicists just send you to red carpets, and then you meet a lot of people, and then you became friends with some of them,
Hey,
and sometimes you don't even make friends, but at least you have the experience with you in your life,
so,
and
you mentioned making friends. You're easy to make friends with, man. From the moment I laid eyes on you, well, I shouldn't say that either. For the moment you and I met, I said, man, Caesar looks like a cool dude, like a cool cat. And we hit it off, and you were easier to talk to than most of the other people there. And you made me feel right at home, right immediately from the get go, which is how we developed a friendship. And I got to say, man, you have that it factor. You got the fact not only as an actor, as a person that submits themselves 150% to the role and is given to the roles that you seek out to, you give 120% into it, but you're also like a genuine person. And it's kind of in this business, it's difficult sometimes to meet folks that are genuine because of the fact that a lot of people are in it to make friends, to get them to the next level, if you will. Like some people are just not genuinely your friends; they just want
mm,
you to use you. In other words, there's a lot of
yeah,
that also in this
uh,
industry, a lot, and they use the
yeah,
write your coattails. Oh, I know him, kind of thing. But I got to say that's one of the things that immediately I saw, and then the next thing was you carry yourself with utmost respect, and you give the respect to the people and you look at people in the eye, the eye contact thing, and man, you're very sure of yourself, and it's good, man, and very grounded. So I got to give it to you, Caesar. Um, I just had to say that, man. I really
thank you,
appreciate
man.
it.
I
Um,
I I, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your
yeah,
words. In life you gotta be genuine. You have to have sometimes compassion for other people too, because you don't know what other people can, what you don't know what's happening in their life,
hmm
and if you try to be at least helpful or friend from the beginning, I think maybe you can save a life. You
yeah.
don't even know what
Wow,
that people
deep,
can
bro.
is going through, in their life, and
Yeah,
because it has happened to me, sometimes you don't feel good, and maybe a friend can, hey, hello, how you doing, man, and it make you cheer up again and go back to the business or something
yeah,
like that.
sure.
So
Wow,
it's
that's so
important,
true.
man. It's important to be a good person in life, to have a good heart. I don't know. I think it's really important.
Yeah.
in life, you know.
You're a good
So
moral. You have good morals and good. I could tell your parents did a good job in inculcating good morals and good set of values in you, man. Because you really come across that way, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, wholeheartedly. I also wanted to ask you, like, because you're a martial artist as such, do you incorporate some of this into some of your, how's that played out with your, with some of the roles you've taken up? You're able to incorporate that, or some of the fight sequences and that kind of thing. It helps, right?
yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm black belt in karate. The first time I had a fight scene, it was in the movie Muna. That that movie is everywhere right now. I play an Italian mafia guy called
Very cool.
Alberto, and I had the chance to travel to Africa. I also went here to some premieres in the US, and my role had some fights in the movie, and it's a drama action film, the kind of films that I liked, and so I had a great time playing this guy. He was new in the mafia. He just going into that mafia thing. He was kind of nervous, but he was trying to be tough, but at the same time he was new, something new. And and I had a great time in that film, and I love my role, and I love the movie. I invite all of you guys to watch the film. I think it's in Amazon Prime. You know, uh, Go watch it. You gotta enjoy it.
I'm gonna watch
And that was I think the only film that I use my martial arts skills.
so far.
But the film that I'm writing, he got he got all the martial art things. So that's why
Beautiful,
that's why I'm writing it.
so masterfully done, man. I can hardly wait to just catch up with you at some point and we can have a beer maybe and talk about this new movie development you're doing, as it comes together. It'd be fun. I mean, fun times to
For,
watch, and probably
for sure, man.
like,
Yeah, and go watch the trailer that I
okay,
did in all my social media.
yeah,
All my social media, I made a trailer just to start the project. It's not the final trailer. It's just to start the
no,
project. I made had a friend. Hey, could you help me with this idea I have? And then we made that trailer. So it's also my IMDb and all that.
yeah.
So yeah. So I'm happy about
I'm
that project.
excited, dude. I'm excited for you, man.
That project is keeping me alive. It's
Yeah,
keeping me.
it's the
So,
bloodline, bro.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes even excites you more than a movie with, I don't know, an A-list actor or whatever, because it's your own thing, it's your own
Baby,
creation. So yeah, I had the opportunity to work with different actors in Hollywood,
Bruce Willis, bro,
and
too. Wow, how cool was that?
thank you, man. But like I'm telling you, when you have your own creation, it's something special for you. It's
Yeah,
something special for your life that you want to make it happen because
yes, sir.
it's a part of you. But
Yeah.
of course, working with Bruce Willis was a great experience too, man.
Do you realize that
Eh,
it's terrible? I mean, look at him where he's at right now. It's pretty dire, the situation he's in, and it's crazy. And I mean, what was that like working with him?
yeah, I mean, it was good, working with him. It was really good. He was
Surreal.
very grounded. He was very friendly also. I don't know how he was with what he's going through right now. I don't know if
Yeah.
he had it already or not.
Right.
Um, but it was a great experience. I love him so much as an actor. He's
Yippee ki
oh man, huh?
The
What's that?
Die Hard, man. Yippee ki remember, motherfucker, or something in that movie, the Die Hard film. The Die
Oh
Hard.
my God,
Oh my
yeah.
god, dude. Which is a Christmas
Uh,
film, so There you go, guys. Die Hard is a Christmas film. Go watch
Die
it.
Hard, yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta watch. I gotta watch it again, yeah, for
yeah.
sure, man. Die Hard. This is one of my favorite my
Now,
favorite movies. You know.
I know you're
Uh,
fluent, obviously, in English and Spanish, but you also speak some French, I hear, and Italian, correct?
some Italian and some
Yeah,
French. Yeah, I was
yeah.
when I was in Venezuela, I was studying English and French. You know, before actually before I wasn't I was to be honest with you, I wasn't planning to come to the U.S. It all happened suddenly, you know,
Right.
with all the problems happening in Venezuela, you know. I was working over there in Venezuela, and I was happy, you know, when I was working there, you know. But all suddenly all the TV channels started like closing, you know,
Wow.
and the situation, the politics, you know, and then it messed up the country, and a lot of actors went abroad, you know, and I
Yeah.
was deciding, I was deciding like where to go, you know. I was
Mhm.
maybe I go to Colombia, maybe I go to the U.S., and then I got my visa to work here, and I say, oh yes, I'm going there, and
Maybe
then
you'll
I
go to
loved it
Hollywood.
here. Then I loved it here, and I stay here, man.
Yeah.
It's almost been like 10
10.
years.
Wow.
Yeah,
10 years, dude. That's a beautiful
yeah.
thing. And you've done quite a bit here, bro. I got to tell you, extensively. You worked in so many like facets of what it is in the biz to be in the business, and you've had some quite impressive like interactions with other actors, and you met a lot of people in short period of time. I mean, granted, you're already an established actor. Let's put that out there. Cesar wasn't, like a novice. He wasn't just starting, getting his feet wet in the business. He was already a working actor in Venezuela. So he transplanted from Venezuela to the United States, and now he's thriving little by little, taking small steps, but he's doing it, man, here. And so you got your training, obviously, in Venezuela. You got your acting training, or did you get formal training, or did you just start in theater right away? Community theater, or how
Uh,
did you get
I
started?
mean, I did TV, and I did TV series, I did TV, I did plays, I did theater. Yeah. So, and theater is actually is the best training you can have as an actor, you
Right,
know, because you are playing live, you have the audience, and that for me was like a great training, you know.
right.
When I did plays, when I did theater, that was a great experience. And I also trained with the TV channels in Venezuela. One's called Venevisión,
Hmm.
and the other one is called it was called RCTV. So
Yeah,
it would be RCTV International. So
yeah.
that
And you appeared. Go ahead.
they made TV series and soap operas internationally. So
Yes. And you know what? You appeared in a lot of magazines, I noticed. A lot of you're on the cover of a lot of magazines, and in Venezuela you were well known. You were well known back then. You did a lot of different things, and you were on gracing the magazines, and there was paragraphs on the side that talked about you, established actor. And a lot of soap operas, a lot of people don't know, for those of you watching, um, Venezuela at one time, man, they pumped out the best soaps. The soap operas were all over in Mexico. Everybody watched Venezuelan TV. They did.
yeah, no,
If you were
of course,
watching
yeah.
Spanish, you were watching Venezuelan soap operas. And so that's phenomenal, man. I mean, you were doing big things, and now you transplant here. How is the acting different? I don't know. It sounds weird for me to ask you this, but I'm wondering the acting in, like, for example, in Mexico, back in the day, they had these earpieces where, they're talking in the soaps and they're like talking to them. I heard, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really, like, you
Yeah,
learn
no, in Venezuela we didn't have that. In
okay,
Venezuela, you gotta learn your lines.
get off board.
You gotta commit to the role, you know.
Right,
So
right, right.
yeah, no, I know like nowadays in Mexico they're doing that.
Hmm.
I haven't had the chance to work in Mexico, but I would love to, you know.
Okay.
Um, but in Venezuela back then, we didn't have that, man.
Yeah,
It was all training, memorization, and a
yeah,
bunch of dialogue, you know. So, I came with my mind ready to learn my lines for sure.
You had done it for so long. How do you train for your? How do you approach a character? For example, you landed the role. Now what? What's next? You do like obviously you delve into the person's character, like as you start doing your research and that sort of thing. Or what does that look
I
like for
mean,
you?
it depends. It depends on the character. If it's a character like a real life person, then you start investigating what's
Mm.
his life been. What
Right.
you know. It depends on the character. Like what I'm saying, if it's a bad guy, if it's a real life person, you start investigating. You start
Hmm.
like doing
You
your research
Mhm.
about the person that you're gonna play. But if it's any other kind of character, you build it. You build it like with your own
Imagination.
creation. With
Imagination.
you exactly with your own imagination, and you start putting pieces, and then it becomes a character.
Right.
So, but you do your research. You maybe,
Due diligence.
sometimes you go to Google, find out things. Sometimes you even go to facilities like, I don't know, if you're playing a doctor and or a surgeon, you want to go see how's that in real life, so you can feel it when you portray the character. So
Right.
it depends. Like I'm saying, it depends what you're gonna do in I mean, it depends what you're gonna do, what role you're gonna play. If I get a role that it requires a lot of I don't know, crazy things, I try to do those crazy things, because if no, when I'm gonna go to do the job, I won't be able to do it if I don't experience it in real life. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, that's fascinating. And the
Yeah.
doctor, for the doctor for this particular Dr. David Serrano, you researched the guy, right? Somewhat.
I researched the guy, yeah, like why, like what he was doing and how he behaved a little bit. And
Mhm.
also before coming to the US, I was helping a doctor in Venezuela how to do surgeries. So I really experienced that in Venezuela. And when I came here to the US and I get that opportunity, I feel comfortable, when I went to set, because I already did that in my past, You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
right, right, right. Sure, absolutely.
yeah.
So do you
So
go ahead. Mhm.
I don't know. One movie that I want to invite your audience to watch is Angry Neighbors. That was an experience that I had like 2 years ago, and it's a comedy film. It's in all the platforms. I had the opportunity to work with Oscar nominee actors like Frank
Will Ferrell?
Langella.
Is Will Ferrell in
Frank,
that?
no, no, Will Ferrell. No, Will Ferrell was in another show that I work on. Um, I forgot the show. It was a
Angry
comedy
Neighbors?
show. No, no, Angry Neighbors is the one that I'm talking right now. That I had the opportunity to work with Frank. That he was nominated for an Oscar. Uh, I think he was nominated for, no, not for Dracula, because he played Dracula. He
Yeah.
was Dracula in a film. I think it was one of the first films. He was nominated for a different film. I had the opportunity to work with him and also with Stoker Channing, that she was in
Wow.
Greece with John
Sure.
Travolta, and Bobby Cannavale, that he's also, working a lot as an actor. And and the experience, it was a great experience, working with all these actors. And I love comedy, so I feel comfortable also on set with directors, with all the people, because I love comedy. I
Yeah,
would love to keep working in comedy.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Comedy is fascinating. Now, how do there been any roles that you've worked on that have challenged you that you thought, you know what, this is really challenging me. It's outside of the box, so to speak, kind of, not my typical kind of a role that I've taken on?
It hasn't happened yet, to be honest with you. I mean, I like roles that challenge me,
Yeah.
like really like big challenges. I'm still waiting for it, man. A role that really challenged me in a way that I have to go and do my work. My if I have to do stunts or if I have to, I don't know, do crazy things. I would love to experience that before shooting the film. I would
Yeah.
love to, man. That experience hasn't arrived yet, but I'm sure it will arrive.
I'm sure as well. Let me ask you something, Caesar. You talked about the outdoors. What are some of the activities you do on your off time that, kind of help you mellow out, besides the obvious, the drinking the wine and relaxing with music? Do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you go out there in the outdoors and kayak? What are some of the,
I love
like
I love connecting
recreational things
to
that you do?
I love connecting to nature, but I love really crazy sports. I like crazy sports like I don't know, like kayaking. I went to Costa Rica like a few months ago, and I did kayaking. I did like zip lining.
Zip lining.
I yeah, I like crazy sports, man. I would
Sounds
love to
wild. It's
keep to
good,
keep
man.
doing. Yeah. What else I did in Costa Rica? I was about to do like bungee jumping,
Sure.
but they canceled the thing. The last day. Say, oh, we're not working today, and that was my day to come back to Los Angeles. I couldn't do it,
It's in your
but
bucket
I
list.
was about to do that, man. The bungee jumping.
It wasn't meant to be at that particular point in time, but then it's in your bucket list. So further on, you'll probably most likely end up doing it at some point. I think maybe you could wait till you're 80 years
Yeah.
old. And
Yeah, I never know. Yeah, but I did one similar to bungee jumping that it was with a wire. It was called the Superman wire thing. I don't
okay,
know
cool.
the Superman ride or something like that it was called, and and you fly like Superman, man. Like you are
Fantastic.
all over the mountain, and you hear all the monkeys because in Costa Rica you have like a lot of monkeys. I felt, man, that was so I think one of the best experience in my life, to be honest with you.
That stood out, huh? That really stood out in your mind for sure. I think
Yeah,
that's something
yeah.
that
So,
impresses on you, and you just always think about like that one time. So you traveled all over the world. Like, what has been other like place parts of the world that you found very interesting?
oh man, when I went to the premiere of this movie Muna, I went to Nigeria and other parts of Africa, and to see that culture, the people over there, it was a very like a cultural thing, and that I was learning the culture, how the black women they were with those big things on their head trying to sell you a
Yeah,
dessert or a candy. It was I mean, and also to see how people live there, it
yeah.
kind of like opened up my heart a little bit more. It was
Oh,
like a
yeah.
wow,
It,
how.
it helps you
Yeah,
appreciate
so
life, huh? It does help you appreciate what you have
that's
also.
how that's how you appreciate the things you have in your life, all the achievement, even the small achievements in your life, you gotta appreciate it, man, because every little achievement, uh, it, then later on is gonna come a bigger one. So
The small successes
yeah,
build into a big mushrooms into a big success, right?
right.
You're a living success, true testament of that, Caesar, in my eyes, because you've done a lot of stuff in a short period of time that you lived here. Your vision is like I could tell you're just laser focused on what you're doing, and you're constantly working. And the fact that you took it upon yourself and created with a few other creatives, started this new adventure, if you will, to work on this film project. I can. I mean, needless to say, I really believe that. when you're gonna see it through and through, it's gonna be a masterpiece, and I can hardly wait to watch it. Really, and take in all
thank you,
the
brother.
because you learn a story. It's like you're kind of you know
No,
it-
you gonna like the story, man. Because like I told you, it was like a real life
right.
thing that I experienced in my life, and it also gonna cause awareness to the audience, because a lot of people went through those things that happened in that movie.
Yes, yes,
So
and it's what you touched on is very sensitive. You talked about something that's so true, like empathy, sympathy. I mean, you need to really open up your heart when you meet people because you don't know what they're going through, and a lot of times everyone has their own set of challenges in life, and they work through things as you're talking to them. I mean, you're learning. Everyone has, after all, I tend to say we're storytellers, and we're telling stories of real people, and everyone has a story to be told. And so I
yeah,
cannot help but to believe that this is going to be a hell of a thing because it's going to have a lot of different pieces that when they come together, it's going to tell a great story. And I can hardly wait, Cesar. Cesar, we're almost
yes.
all out of time. Is there anything you'd like to say before we close? I'd like to also, would you, I mean, what would you advise the newcomers, the new brood, the new folks that are coming up, new actors on the rise?
Well, my advice would be like stay drama free, man, because in this career you gotta choose well who you bring to your life.
Right.
I'm learning that right now after a few experiences. You gotta be drama free to be able to focus in your career because sometimes when someone comes that is not aligned with you, with your life, it can throw you to the floor and it, it's gonna be really hard for you to get up.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
try to be, drama free, focus in what you want and go for it, man.
Go for it. Full
Don't have
throttle.
fear. Don't have fear of don't have fears of experiences of life or if you like something just go for it.
Wow, it's beautifully said. And keep a good outlook and have a good, genuine disposition. Be good to people, right? Be nice.
Yeah, that's important.
It
Yeah.
pays to be nice, right? Because they catch more bees with
Sometime
honey than vinegar, as they say.
sometime being vulnerable is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes feel for people is good.
Wow.
Sometimes help people is good. So yeah.
Wow. With that said, what are your social media plugs, brother? What are your social media handles?
Well, you can find me in all my social media, underscore De La Torre. So yeah, you can find me in all my social media.
That's fantastic.
I'm more active in Instagram than on
Mhm.
any other platforms, but
Yeah.
yeah, if you contact me and I see your message, of course, I'm gonna try to make a connection with you.
Yes, sir. Well, that's it. Well, we got to hang out sometime, man. Let's go grab a beer or something, brother,
Of course,
and
man.
chop
Of
it up.
course.
It's nice talking to you, man. And thanks so much for coming on and almost famous. Guys, that's a wrap. Take it away. Till next time, Cesar de la Torre, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
God bless you, brother.
You're listening to Almost Famous with Jim Francis Meza, only on LA Talk Radio.